Fantasy cat food, a magical twist on cat nutrition. Cats are the mysterious, independent creatures we share our homes with, and it's only fitting that their meals should reflect the magic they bring into our lives. Welcome to the world of fantasy cat food, an imaginative twist on traditional pet nutrition that combines whimsy with wellness. But what exactly is fantasy cat food, and why is it gaining so much popularity among cat owners? Let's dive in and explore. What is fantasy cat food? Fantasy cat food is more than just a meal, it's an experience for both cats and their owners. Imagine serving your feline a bowl of dragon meat-inspired kibble or fairy fruit-infused tuna. This concept blends creative, mythical themes with premium, nutritious ingredients to create something fun yet functional. While your cat probably doesn't care much about knights or magical lands, the appeal lies in giving them a delicious meal that sparks our imagination as much as their taste buds. Understanding the needs of cats. Before we dive into the fantastical side of things, it's important to remember that cats have specific dietary needs. Being obligate carnivores, they rely heavily on animal-based proteins to thrive. They also require essential vitamins and minerals, such as taurine, to maintain their health. Any food, fantasy or not, must meet these nutritional requirements. So, how does fantasy cat food fit into the picture? The fantasy lies in the branding and flavor creativity, while the core nutrition remains grounded in what's essential for your pet's well-being. Fantasy cat food ingredients. At its heart, fantasy cat food still focuses on quality. However, the ingredients often take on magical or mythical names, adding to the allure of the product. Magical protein sources. Cats need protein, and fantasy cat food delivers, albeit with a mythical twist. Think phoenix poultry or unicorn venison, which, of course, are actually chicken or beef, but the names add an exciting layer of enchantment. The actual ingredients are often premium meats, free-range or organic, ensuring that while your cat's taste buds are entertained, their nutritional needs are also met. Exotic vegetables and grains. Fantasy-themed cat food may incorporate exotic grains or vegetables, like ancient quinoa or mystical kale. These grains and vegetables add fiber and a boost of nutrients, making them perfect for a balanced meal. While the idea of enchanted carrots might sound amusing, the inclusion of these real foods supports digestion and overall health. Fortified with enchanted vitamins and minerals. Fantasy cat foods often boast being fortified with enchanted vitamins, like witch's brew omega-3s or fairy dust antioxidants. Behind the playful labels, these are actually high-quality nutritional supplements, ensuring your cat gets all the necessary health benefits. Popular themes for fantasy cat food. When it comes to fantasy, the possibilities are endless. Whether you are drawn to medieval tales, mythological legends, or futuristic sci-fi, there's a theme for your cat's next meal. Medieval-inspired cat food. Cats as royal knights and noble hunters? Yes, please. Medieval-themed fantasy cat foods might include recipes inspired by the feasts of kings, with Knight's Feast containing roasted duck or castle cuisine featuring game meats. Mythological-themed recipes. From Egyptian goddesses to Norse legends, mythological themes are common in fantasy cat food. Sphinx Delight could be a lamb-based meal, while Valkyrie's Harvest offers salmon fit for feline royalty. Futuristic and sci-fi inspired meals. For those who lean towards science fiction, futuristic cat food lines might feature stellar tuna or galactic chicken. These imaginative flavors help transport both you and your cat to another galaxy. The role of natural ingredients in fantasy cat food. No fantasy meal would be complete without pure, natural ingredients. Fantasy cat food often emphasizes its use of organic, non-GMO, and sustainably sourced components, appealing to health-conscious pet owners. Organic ingredients in fantasy cat food. From organic chicken to pesticide-free vegetables, natural ingredients are the foundation of any quality cat food, even those with a fantastical twist. Look for foods that combine creativity with a commitment to pure, real ingredients. Superfoods that add mystical benefits. Superfoods like blueberries, dubbed fairy berries, and spinach, perhaps elven greens, are popular in fantasy cat food. These nutrient-dense additions support everything from better digestion to a shinier coat. The appeal of unique packaging. Fantasy cat food doesn't stop at its ingredients, it also makes an impact with its packaging. Vibrant, whimsical designs featuring mythical creatures or otherworldly landscapes make feeding time feel like a magical experience. Fantasy flavor profiles for cats. If your cat could feast on a meal straight from a fantasy novel, what would it taste like? Some brands offer imaginative flavor profiles, turning meals into epic adventures. Savory delights, dragon meat and unicorn fish. Though they're just clever marketing names, fantasy cat foods often feature dragon meat, high protein, lean beef, or unicorn fish, tuna or cod, blending creativity with delicious, healthy proteins. Sweet treats, fairy fruit and honeyed elixirs. While cats don't crave sweets like humans do, some fantasy treats add a hint of honey or a fruit extract to create fairy fruit snacks that appeal to the more adventurous feline palate. How fantasy cat food fits into a healthy diet. While fantasy cat food sounds fun, it still needs to meet your cat's dietary needs. The balance between playfulness and nutritional value is critical. Fantasy-inspired treats and snacks. Some brands offer special treats or snacks designed to complement the fantasy theme, like enchanted biscuits or potion-like hydrating soups. These snacks can be a fun way to reward your cat while staying true to their nutritional needs. The importance of palatability in fantasy cat food. Cats can be picky eaters, so fantasy cat food must taste as good as it looks and sounds. The best brands focus on creating flavor profiles that appeal to cats while aligning with the fantasy theme. The sustainability aspect of fantasy cat food. Many fantasy cat food brands emphasize sustainability, using eco-friendly packaging and responsibly sourced ingredients to reduce their environmental impact. This can appeal to eco-conscious cat owners looking for more than just a pretty label. Fantasy cat food for different cat breeds. Some fantasy cat foods are designed with specific cat breeds in mind, tailoring ingredients and textures to meet the unique needs of different cats. For example, long-haired breeds may benefit from added omega-3s for a shinier coat. The future of fantasy cat food. As pet owners become more interested in imaginative ways to care for their animals, the fantasy cat food market is expected to grow. With trends like artificial intelligence-powered custom recipes and 3D printed cat food on the horizon, fantasy cat food could become even more personalized. How to choose the best fantasy cat food. When selecting fantasy cat food for your feline friend, it's essential to look beyond the magical names and whimsical packaging. Here are a few tips to make sure you're choosing the best option. Reading the ingredient list. Always start by checking the ingredients. Look for high-quality protein sources like chicken, fish, or beef as the first ingredient, followed by vegetables and grains that provide fiber and nutrients. Avoid cat foods with fillers like corn, soy, or artificial additives, as these can harm your pet's health over time. Checking for nutritional value and safety. Even though fantasy-themed cat food emphasizes creativity, its nutritional value must meet your cat's needs. Check for a well-balanced combination of protein, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals. Ensure the food adheres to AAFCO, Association of American Feed Control Officials, standards for complete and balanced nutrition for cats. Conclusion. Fantasy cat food offers a fun and imaginative way to feed your cat, combining the magic of storytelling with the practical aspects of nutrition. From dragon-inspired kibble to unicorn-themed treats, these meals transform everyday feeding into an adventure. However, the playful themes don't come at the cost of your cat's health. Fantasy cat food can be just as nutritious as conventional brands, with high-quality ingredients, balanced nutrition, and an emphasis on taste and palatability. As pet owners, we often enjoy finding ways to make our pets' lives more exciting, and fantasy cat food is an extension of that desire. Whether you're drawn to the medieval, mythological, or futuristic themes, you can still prioritize what's important, feeding your cat a healthy, balanced diet. So why not add a little enchantment to your cat's day? After all, our cats are already magical in their own way. Shouldn't their food reflect that? FAQs. 1. Can fantasy cat food be nutritious? Yes. While the fantasy themes are fun, the best fantasy cat foods still prioritize nutrition. These foods typically use high-quality ingredients like real meats, grains, and vegetables, ensuring that they meet the dietary needs of cats. 2. What are some creative fantasy ingredients? Fantasy cat foods often rename everyday ingredients in imaginative ways. For example, chicken might be called phoenix poultry, while carrots might be labeled as enchanted roots. Behind the names, though, they're using real, nutritious ingredients. 3. Do cats enjoy imaginative flavors like humans do? Cats are less concerned with fantasy themes than humans, but they do enjoy flavorful, palatable meals. The whimsical names and themes may appeal more to pet owners, but the real test for cats is how well the food satisfies their taste preferences and nutritional needs. 4. Is fantasy cat food safe for all cats? Yes, as long as the fantasy cat food meets basic safety and nutritional standards. Always check the packaging for guarantees that the product is formulated to meet OFCO standards and contains no harmful ingredients. 5. Can I make fantasy cat food at home? Absolutely. You can create your own fantasy-themed cat food at home using fresh, high-quality ingredients like chicken, fish, and vegetables. Just be sure to consult a vet or a pet nutritionist to ensure the homemade food meets your cat's dietary requirements.